I eat a lot of, like, plant-based things or, like, soy-based things. I've been drinking a lot of oat milk, which is pretty good.
Mhm.
Most of it is things that, people who are vegan here or who have problems with, like, meat or milk and stuff like that would eat.
Hmm. I need to talk to someone about that.
So, are there a lot of plants that don't exist in the current dimension you're in that you miss?
Um, there is certainly a lot of, like there's a lot of cross-pollination, so there's certain plants that don't really exist in a lot of dimensions I found, that existed in my
Cool.
home. There are some beautiful looking, like, flowers and trees, vines that are, like, rainbow colored, moss that's just so soft. It's such a beautiful place.
Hmm.
Where they have carrot pizza?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
So, do you find it hard to source ingredients then, or like, do you go to like the supermarket and say I'd like this plant, and then they should show you something, and it's definitely not the plant you're looking for
Do
because
you
they
have
have a
to get,
different
like,
word for it?
if you're cooking at home, do you have to get, like, plants from your home universe, like, delivered, or
No, 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 I adjust to each dimension I visit.
Right, right.
So, whatever is close enough. And usually, grocery stores are a universal constant. So, a lot of the stuff I find is still pretty similar to what I'm used to. And I'm pretty good at adjusting to what I find. And, I don't really go shopping in the same way that most people go shopping.
Five-finger
That I
discount is what Phantom is talking about.
still a
Yes.
lot.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm crashing on my friend Letitia's couch right now. Before that, I was living in my car, so I was, like, stealing, like, everything,
Oh,
including
yeah.
food.
I currently
Lots of
live
food.
with my friend Kat. She pays for a lot of my stuff.
Oh, yes, same. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, currently, me, Elliot, and our friends are living out of an RV. And we're heading cross country.
Oh, but that's the life. That's, like, the life, like the eternal tour, right? Like,
I
there's
mean,
never you're
But, like,
always on tour,
aren't
you're
you, like,
always playing, they're always coming to a city near
running for
you.
your life? It's a little different than being for a band.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's great right up until, like we said, the transforming drone attacks us, or my father's goons attack us, or the magical executioner attacks us. Really, a lot of things happen.
You
Or,
know, that
Well,
reminds me
small
of
suggestion, that could be mitigated, and you could take the stress off by starting a band, dude.
mm, it reminds me a lot of
Think
when
about it, think about it.
Phantom and I started traveling together. Phantom was like, "Oh, the multiverse is so great. Traveling dimensions is so great." But we were like running first dimension with fascist government, and then the next one it was like, yeah, it was just very we were basically like running between dimensions
But
I
yeah.
feel
for
like
our
I feel like
lives.
people
it is
who
wonderful.
And the
I
thing
feel
is,
like
Yeah,
the
now
RV is
now I
also
see
like,
it, but we were
yeah.
kind of
mm,
running for our lives at the start. I mean, at least to try to get home because
Yeah.
we didn't have an ENA that worked. That's
it
a
seems
Yeah.
to be the, standard for interdimensional travelers, like, I feel like once you travel through dimensions, it's like somebody puts a flag on your back and goes, "Hey, this person traveled through dimensions. Get 'em." Because our friend Sharier's always got stuff like that going on.
mm. I mean, we kind of identify ourselves as interdimensional travelers a little more than we should, but most of the time it's actually fine.
Nah, own it, that's cool.
It's fine this last time with the forest, especially because they had bigger problems like the killer fungus and the robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of mission we'll go
Yeah.
on next,
Wait.
Phantom.
So how do you guys, like? Do you just do it through like magic, or is there like
No.
a vehicle you have to get in order to, like, travel through the multiverse?
You
It's
want to take
a
this one, Phantom?
Yes. So originally we traveled with the ENA, which is a small device that uh kind of syncs with the frequencies of other dimension and kind of opens up a rift between them that allows us to pass through. Recently we upgraded the tech with Nova Squad, but it's the same basic principle. It's tech based. It's not magic or
Okay, yeah, yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Wait,
You
I
find the
have
resonance frequency of a
Right.
universe and use that to open doors.
I
Essentially.
Phantom wasn't there, but I have used magic to travel dimensions, and the idea was we just felt where our friends were gonna be. I wouldn't recommend that as like a reliable way of transportation. Also, we needed a powerful artifact that ended staying behind, like it stayed behind in the dimension that we were leaving from. Like we didn't take it with us, so like
Hmm.
we were trapped there until we found
Right.
our friends with another ENA when we.
Yeah, Letitia put something like that on my phone. It's like a tracking thing called Find Your Friends, and that's why when she calls me and she's like, "I know you're there," I'm like, "How did you know I was here?" She was like, "It says on your phone." I was like, "Whoa."
Wow, you let somebody else handle your phone? Damn.
Let Letitia's super smart and, like, owns a company and stuff, and her dad's the president, so yeah.
Whoa, what going on there?
Oh, yeah. She, like, deals with, like, a lot,
Yeah.
especially when her exes show up.
I'm surprised my dad never actually tried to run for government, but I imagine his response would be something along the lines of, "Oh, do you know how much I'd have to give up to be in politics?"
Yeah. Also, I know it's not like
I feel like I've heard that line.
mandatory, but don't most of the politicians in Florida have superpowers?
Yeah, that's probably another thing. I mean, originally he was like in the free market states, which is a bit more lenient on that sort of thing. But I guess yeah, since moving there despite my mom, uh, that probably put a damper on those ambitions.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes.
To answer a question I'm seeing in chat, I don't eat moss, but I have a friend who basically does eat like moss, which is by through photosynthesis.
Oh. I think this is for me. No, we don't eat the moss. I mean, you can eat the moss, but I didn't really eat it.
I would totally eat moss.
Would you live Moss?
Sure.
Moss
Moss
soup.
soup.
Yeah, I haven't considered that. Maybe I'll try and make that. I have to get the moss though.
I wonder if that's like lentils.
I'd
Like,
imagine it's
anything
more
tastes good
like
with hot
tea than
sauce.
anything else.
That's
Anyone
true. If
is free to
anyone
talk
else
about their
eats,
moss eating
if anyone
habits.
here eats moss here, you're free to tell us.
You know what? I have not eaten moss, but I will join the moss eating club.
Phantom, did you ever eat anything in an alternate dimension where you were like, oh, this is weird? Like, even compared to other weird dimensions, this is a weird food.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh god, I'm thinking of the mushroom dimension, and some of the mushrooms there were pretty weird.
That
Oh, I'm
sounds
just
super
glad
sick.
White Knight's not here right now. If we're getting on the discussion of food, that kid, oh man, does he make some combinations?
Hmm. Like, just puts together stuff?
Yeah, y'all have the concept of Frankenfoods?
Yes.
Okay, so essentially, it's like that, but with trying to think of what the most recent thing he's eaten. Give me a sec. I gotta go through a catalog right quick, and so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna mess with my helmet for a little bit to
Alright, I'll tell
S-
in a
people about the
database.
mushroom dimension as asked in chat. Essentially, you know how like there are like really tall trees and stuff? Picture that, but it's just mushrooms. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
like giant mushrooms like everywhere. Like they've taken over the earth in this dimension. And
Mm-hmm.
people just kind of like coexist with the giant mushrooms. But they have like this thing called sporing season where like the mushrooms like shoot out spores and they have to like hide in caves underground to avoid the spores.
Uh, I don't like
And,
that.
like, most people have, like, kind of, like, half fused with mushrooms, so, like, there's, like, half mushroom people walking around.
Ah,
Okay. Ugh.
that reminds me of
It was a
a
really weird
horror movie I
dimension.
saw. Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable. Now, much like the plant zone, this mushroom zone, does it have springs or loop de loops or?
You know, I might have seen it 1 or 2 there.
Okay, all right.
Oh, this was a monstrosity that he made. Um, Pickles injected slash filled and stuffed with nacho cheese, dipped in marshmallow fluff.
Oh.
That
I'd
Yeah.
eat it.
sounds like an experience.
I'd have it.
Is that
100%.
like a
Yeah,
common
same.
way to eat food where you're from?
No, that's just his way of kind of eating some food. Um, like he didn't really. I'm not going to talk about his family without him being here. Yeah, he was he grew up in a situation.
Mhm.
Um, but no, that he does a lot of weird food combinations. Um, if I guess whenever we're waiting for some of the competitions and we're all in the staging area, I can introduce y'all to the rest of my team if when they show up and stuff, and you could probably ask him yourself on about food because I'm sure he's probably going to make some combinations with what food's going to be available to us here.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ask him about food,
Oh
to
crap! That's
be
what we probably
honest.
should have asked the official about. What's the catering situation like?
Oh, so
Oh,
there's
can we
a
eat in the digital realm?
well,
Oh man.
the from what I gathered, the actual time we're spending in the digital realm is short, and there's actually a really nice like staging area that like we wait in between rounds, um, and there's food there and a huge soda fountain with like so many different dimensions, flavors of soda.
Do you
So
Oh
think we
hell
could
yeah!
we,
Time to
we
put
could
them
get
all
like
in one cup and see if I can see colors.
do you think we could get them do you think there's enough space to maybe, I don't know, get like a chair and maybe like an amp and like I don't know, like a nice acoustic connected to the amp to boost it up a little bit, just I don't know, somebody just playing guitar, while we're chilling out, just to, like set the vibe.
there was a
Is there like space?
concert last year at the end of the tournament.
Cool. Oh, so okay. All right.
But that
Cool.
was like
Cool.
on the
Cool. Cool.
dinosaur island. That was like outside in the jungle. But yeah.
Letitia didn't let me bring my guitar, but I'm sure I can find one.
I'm sure there's one
Eh,
around.
I mean, if you've got the strings, I could probably build you one. Honestly, it's not
You
too
can
hard.
make guitars?
Yeah,
You
it's
can
just
just do that?
basically. Yeah, it's just careful usage of op amps. Again, I need the
I thought you needed
strings,
like a
but
robot to do that.
no, you could build the circuitry actually pretty easily. And really, once you have the circuitry, all you need to do is hook it up to the strings, and boom, there you go.
Probably make you one out of a cookie tin.
Yeah,
What?
I've actually, as part of a project once, like a long time ago, I made one out of a shovel.
Is that part of your power set? Can you just do that? Like, can you just turn things into guitars?
Well, I mean, I know how to make things with electronics, so if it's electronics, I can kind of make stuff.
Hmm. We should work together on this because I've never built like instruments before, but I'm pretty good with technology. It'd be
Yeah,
fun to see if I could.
yeah, personally, I'm usually a bit more of a fan of building drones. They're super useful. They're super fun. Accidentally turning on a motor and having it like tear itself apart is always one of those "haha, I could have died" moments.
Well, you've already technically made an instrument because a bagpipe is technically a drone. So,
Ha ha ha.
yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
isn't
I
there an
get it.
entire team of like magical singers?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rick
their manager was
makes
just in here.
Yep.
I mean, maybe they have a spare guitar.
Oh, I hope so. Phantom, I would just assume in your home universe they just grow guitars.
I
Fields fields of guitars and cellos and stuff, right? Like
mean, I
just
suppose
pick a
they could.
trumpet off a tree.
Trying to
Off a
figure out how
trumpet,
you'd
off of
go
a
about
trumpet
like
vine.
growing a tree so that it has a hollow cavity so you could make a string instrument from it.
It would
So
be
you
like
mean
a
like
tree. It'd be like, like corn, like fields of guitars, right? Like each individual guitar stalk popping up from the ground. and then when they're fresh, you just pick it out and you ring out that cool C note. And I'm sorry,
I
what
would
were we talking
imagine
about?
that'd be more like a bulb type plant or like a root, like a carrot.
The only
Right,
problem I see
like a
with that is that
potato.
eventually it would like start rotting and like probably not sound as good. So you have to keep like refreshing guitars.
But you have
Like
like a
it's not like
field
you
of
can
them. That you have like a
detune like
field of like organic.
decomposition.
You have like a field of organic grown guitars. It's easy to replace.
Is the
Could you
bass guitar
ruin?
just a guitar that's been over-ripened?
Oh.
I guess, yeah, Phantom in your dimension, the term woodwind probably has a way different connotation.
I mean, yeah, and there are a lot of like musical performances that go on.
Like a Bug's
I
Life.
I don't
What?
know what
Sorry,
that
I
is.
don't know if you have that movie.
Yeah.
There's like a
It's
scene.
a
It's like
movie.
a movie to see. There's this movie about these bugs who are like alive and stuff, and I guess all bugs are alive, but they
You'll
like
like it,
play like
Phantom. We can
leaves of
watch it
grass.
sometime.
Really?
Yeah, I think you'll like that one.
Okay.
Yeah, they play like leaves of grass and like
Whoa.
sticks and stuff. And it all comes out of the earth. It's really dope.
Yeah. That does sound cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that we should like watch as like a
I
team.
know. There's so
Yeah,
many that
Yeah,
we'll
like
talk
that's
about
something
that
that
I
we should
don't
do in the
know.
staging area is have like movie night where everyone brings stuff from like their dimension to watch.
Oh yeah, well
Like I
See,
got a ton of acquired content on my laptop that I could probably go through.
last year us losers did that together in the losers lounge. We just like hung out for a while waiting. I mean, you could go home if you wanted, but I we had a teammate in the top 8 and so we just stuck out the whole time. But
Our friend Sharir has only seen 3 movies, so we're like keeping track of every time we get the chance to actually let him sit down. I don't know if you have these in your dimensions, but he's seen The Godfather, Small Soldiers, and Dragon Ball Z: Battle of the Gods. I don't know if those exist, but those are the 3 movies he's
Uh,
seen.
wow,
yeah, none
interesting.
of those are ringing a bell in my book.
Yeah, I don't know any of them. I'm sorry.
It's probably for the best. Well, 2 out of 3.
Huh.
I
What
wonder
well,
how
if
many. How? Go ahead.
I was going to ask if you had to pick right now, what movie would you have him watch next?
Oh,
If it was entirely your decision and he just
Walk the
went,
Line. I think Walk the Line for sure. Like, there's nothing more compelling than the story about like a white country singer who just needs to try and make it in the 50s, right? Like, and I think Sharir could really connect with like the music. And there's that scene where he's like living in a cave. That's like Sharir.
Sounds
interesting.
wild.
I don't know if you guys had Walk the Line in your world, but
Yeah, we do.
Uh, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I tend to be skew a bit more toward like long term stuff. I don't have a lot of movies, but I've got a ton of like TV shows and anime that I've acquired over the years.
multiversal TV is so sick.
Oh,
I mean, it sounds like no one else has mech fighting, so we could probably show some of that.
Yeah, you
Oh
guys get mech
yeah,
fighting. That's so sick.
we can show
yeah,
them our mech fight. I think I've got the recording still somewhere.
we have like Max and Prime, but they don't really fight each other. More like just for like practice dummy targets.
I mean, do people get to watch them be user targets? Because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so right before I like met Phantom, there was like a I don't know what it was, like a exhibition day for sidekicks, which is like the program I'm in that it's like for trainees, and like everyone watched when I had to fight one of those things. It was like a Godzilla type of thing. I mean, it wasn't moving, but yeah, it was embarrassing. Everyone was looking at me.
I've like never fought a giant monster, so like all of this stuff is like it's like scary exciting, but also like cool exciting.
Oh, never fought a giant monster. Well, you are if you get to round 2, you'll get to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I saw.
I wonder how much
I
bigger it is
haven't
than
fought. We've
Just have to
Tyrannosaurus.
never
face my
fought.
fears
I've never
first.
fought a giant monster, but I have fought like a giant mech in another giant mech. So I don't know if that technically counts as like the same diff.
I have
I mean,
no
I
idea.
don't think it does, because like
Mm.
technically we were like the same size at the time because of the net,
Yeah,
and also there was technically 5 of us against the one guy. So
yeah. Well, the one guy and his like 4 brain hacked teammates. God, that was fucked up.
Sounds fucked up.
Yeah, that was the guy that I mentioned earlier where I'm like, oh, like after we beat him, it was like, oh god, that could have been me if I had taken a different path in life. Ah,
Oh boy, you'll you ever meet other selves, that's basically it. It's all people a little bit different from you who had
Yes,
different life circumstances.
that's
Um,
true. Every other self is you, but they're different than you because like they've had different circumstances growing up. So
That doesn't just go for your like other selves. That goes for like life, dude.
uh, I just,
Everybody's someone different.
I
I
guess
was gonna
so.
say, considering how many times you've traveled back in time, I wouldn't be surprised if you've created a couple of those other selves by accident.
Nah,
yeah, but
Yeah,
they are
probably.
you in a
That
sense because like
implies
they're
things.
a version of you
yeah,
instead of just being another person.
I just met another self of mine who was like, blows things up on purpose, and I'm still not over it.
I met like an assassin version of myself once. They were so cool.
I'd like to meet a version of me that isn't trying to kill me. That would be nice.
I wonder if there's a version of me that has powers.
We've met other selves of Phantom that have powers, right? Or you told me about one of them from the place
Yeah,
that Agent M was from.
yeah. That one had a technopathy powers. Could manipulate technology with their mind.
Oh man, that'd be so nice to like not have to worry about like soldering stuff together properly and making sure nothing's shorting. Oh man, that'd be nice.
What did the M stand for? Did you know? Or
I'd
like
never asked, but maybe it stood for mystic.
I don't know. She didn't have powers, so why would she have that as her code name?
Yeah, I know. I never asked her
because that's
full
like a spy
name.
thing, right? They always refer to each other as like a letter instead of a thing, but like maybe the letter is like a hidden meaning to what they do.
Well, one of the other people I met was Major Hero, and I'm pretty sure that was his last name because he's another self of Quint. And
Well,
Quint's full
Quint's
name
last
is
name is
Quintessential.
Hero.
Yeah, Quint's full name is the Quintessential Hero.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's
I mean, that's not a determinism right
Yeah,
there.
that's why he
yeah.
goes by
Wow, like
just Quint instead of Quintessential Hero. He's one of the people I mentioned
right,
that has parent issues, and that stuff is why.
Yeah, if my
right,
parents named me the
right.
Quintessential Hero, I
Yeah, that's setting your kid up for some serious problems down the line.
well, they wanted him to be what they wanted him to be. So,
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
predetermined.
I know that feeling pretty well, honestly.
God, I hope Quint's not
Mm.
listening to this right now. I don't know how I feel about us talking about him.
Uh, um, he has listened to these before. You know, sorry, Quint. We're just saying information that's publicly available. And everybody
I'm
agrees with you. Your parents made a bad decision with that name. So,
Yeah, your parents suck, but I'm also not sorry for talking about you.
Man, y'all must be really good friends to be able to do that then.
Yeah, Quinn's a really good friend.
Oh,
um, the, the, we should talk about something else.
um,
I
I
gotta
feel like
say,
I feel like there must be like some sort of like whenever a group of superheroes get together, somebody mentions family drama and everybody puts their hand up. Like that's not like a criticism or nothing. That just happens. That's just
yeah.
like
I mean,
fate.
I don't have any family drama. I also don't remember more than 2 months ago, so that's
Oh,
probably part of it.
That's probably another kind of yeah.
Yeah, like it's wild actually. Like other than like like Ankh, Elliot is just like literally just going on this trip with us and just vibing. He's not got like terrifying parents to worry about or like something magical creature coming to collect their soul. He's just coming along for the ride, and honestly, it's pretty wild.
So he's got more than enough time to start a band.
Oh
You can do
man,
it,
I
dude.
just realized that if I make you a banjo, you could start making your own square dancing music. Oh no.
Oh,
I am now
okay.
cursed
Well,
with
now you got
knowledge.
to do it. I hadn't thought of
Ah.
that, but yeah, now we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Any last remarks before we call it a night?
Outlaws rule. Listen to Redline. Woo!
Please vote for the other characters.
Yes, please vote for us.
Oh yeah, shoot who first?
We have Stopgap and Phantom up on March 3rd. Quint is on March 7th. Thermite is on March 8th, and I'm on March 9th. I am in the 32nd match, so I am going to be patiently waiting to go last. Hooray.
Yeah, vote for us in the tournament. We don't have superhero names, but that's kind of what makes us cool. I think I'm on the. Let me just double check to make sure when we are. But yeah, hope that I can see you all voting for us in the tournament. All 5 of us are in here. That's me, Zach, Elliot, Marcus, Ankh, and Amanda. Look us up, check us out, and vote for us.
Yeah,
Potatoes have bones in them.
yeah, all our most of our friends are going to be in the competition on March 2nd and 3rd. So look out for them first, and then me and Zach are a little bit later on.
Right. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'm not sure how many of these streams I'll get to do for this March Madness, because I'm busier than I expected to be. But check out my Twitter at Spellbound Mage for updates on this. And there are the archive streams from last year if anyone's curious. Again, thank everyone so much for coming. Make sure you check out marchmastis.com to vote tomorrow. The first few matches are up then. And most of it'll be different polls every day. So make sure you check back every day to vote in different matches.
Yeah.
And yeah, also all of the podcast information is on the March Madness website if you're curious. Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Nice meeting all
Adios,
of
adios,
you.
have a good one, guys.